NCTV. I'm your anchor Taylor Mosto.
And I'm your anchor, Mason Snyder. And today we're doing, for NCTV, we have a bunch of the district promos for PIC and a snow day segment about what happened on last Monday's snow day and how people feel about it.
All right, let's start.
Slam the door, why don't you?
My name?
Yes.
Let me think.
Can I talk about cats? Is that okay?
Don't.
Don't.
Round two.
Hey, Mr. Madsey.
Yes.
What would you like for Christmas?
World peace.
Deep.
NCTV is brought to you in part by viewers like you.
Up next, we have a welding promotion for the PIC welding classes here at Pathways Intervention Center. You ever wanted to do some welding before? No?
This school can help me get a job as soon as I leave. I can get certified to weld and go make money.
Students get the skills and use the equipment that they would use in industry and hopefully be able to transition into post-secondary welding training if they want to go and take their skills to another level there. Or a lot of our students go directly from our program right into industry and start working as a welder as soon as they graduate. C300 Lincoln welders are a 4-process machine. They're computerized. They'll do 400 and some different welding processes, but they'll do the main welding. They'll do stick welding, TIG welding, MIG welding, flux core welding, all with one machine. They're saying in the next 4 or 5 years there'll be 1,000 to 4,000 welding jobs open up because of all the people retiring. And it's a skill that can be used worldwide. Every industry uses welding in their manufacturing. Ships, airplanes, automotive. The stand for this pipe positioner was made by the students, and we're able to raise it up so they can stand underneath it and weld or put it in any position or height. We have this pipe beveling machine. It's a really nice piece of equipment where we can put a bevel on pipe. In between the programs, we all make things for each other and help each other out. Things for the auto program. We'll make things where the auto students can put a whole car on there, tear it completely apart and be able to roll it in and out of the shop or whatever they want to do. We're able to have equipment here that you couldn't afford to put in every high school in the county. The nicest, most high-end industry standard equipment probably in the whole state and possibly the region.
All right, thank you for that bit. Next up, we have Grab and Go. Have you ever wanted to start your own business?
Not really. I mean, I've tried. It didn't work very well.
Alrighty.
If you had a cooking class about 2 years ago at NC, you probably had Miss King. And as most of us know, she opened her own restaurant, the Go Gourmet. Last year, we did a little story on her, but this year, we're checking up on how she's doing in the year 2020.
I really just wanted first to challenge myself and get back into my chosen field of being a chef and see if I could do it. And now that we're a year and a half in, I'm even more excited to just move forward and make it as best as it can be. It's going awesome. We've got some new endeavors. We're moving locations, and we may expand our hours, and we're looking at a second location in the next 2 years. We're moving right next to NC, actually. We'll be on Spruce and Collins, within 500 miles of Casper. So it's considered Rocky Mountain local, and the majority of our produce is coming out of Brighton, Colorado, in a controlled environment, which is GMO-free, chemical-free, and it's inside of a series of greenhouses. We have mainly breakfast and lunch, although we do some catering that includes full-size entrees and dinners and everything, but everything here is homemade, and we do lots of cold and hot sandwiches, soups, lots and lots of healthy salads, and some light desserts.
I'm Sarah Carrico with NCTV, signing off.
Up next, we've got another promo for the construction class here at Pick. They build houses. I've seen them build the cabins. You've seen the cabins out here?
Yeah, I have. Pretty cool.
I thought that's pretty cool. I mean, they end up auctioning I can't even say it today. Them off for the highest bidder, obviously.
So do you want me to come out?
Yep. Thank you. We'll take another 48 as well. All right.
That is the 48.
No, there's another one.
Okay.
Yeah. We're trimming out the cabin and getting ready for my push to finish this year. So we're putting up all the ceiling, and then we'll come back and trim the windows out. Then we'll start our carpet up here in the loft, and we'll put cabinets in as soon as we get back from break. And countertops and plumbing and electric, and I will do a little bit of work outside and some rock work on our chimney, and then we'll get ready to market this and sell it.
I've learned how to start from scratch. I could build a shed, build a barn.
A lot of my friends said Mr. Hill was a great teacher.
Working with your hands is something you have to do throughout your life.
I work at Sutherland's, and all of this stuff, when contractors come in and they're like, hey, I need a joist for the roof, or I need this, and underlayment, different types of things, I know what they're talking about.
This is a 616 square foot house with a loft that also has a full bathroom, full kitchen, a 1 bedroom and a living room. Designed with a collaborative effort with Casper College in our class.
There's a lot of team building that goes on, actually. I have met a lot of new people, and that's allowed me to get their point of view on things and build a relationship with them. And what helps with that is that we all kind of work together, and that's what makes it the team.
Behind me is a shed. That's a ski shed, so that will be going up to the mountain eventually. I enjoy this a lot because it's out in the field. It's like a job experience.
First of all, I love construction, but we're actually providing our students with something that they would really see on a job site. So this is as real as we can possibly make it. We're taking OSHA classes, we're getting college credit, and we're building this incredible project here that's going to teach students so many different facets of construction, everything from framing and siding to finish work and tile or carpet, wood floors, countertops, all of it. This one needs to be cut back one.
Back one?
Yeah, so let's go, here, let's get a measurement on it. I think something that's really important about this class is it's a truly team-based class. We're all working on one project together. Construction is always done in crews. So we just get to work and know each other throughout the semester and build this project.
Next up, we have computer manufacturing. Is that the wrong?
I mean, I guess it's about building computers and things, you know? I have no clue about it. Do you?
No, I have no idea.
Computer integrated manufacturing class is a class that's kind of designed to put together the computer side of what I teach at NC and the technology that we have up here at Pathways.
We're making signs and selling signs in the NC school store.
We call it the YO American sign, and he's cutting it on the CNC plasma. We're putting it on a back piece and then trying to do a little fundraising with it.
I love designing stuff. It's one of my favorite things. I want to be an engineer, so this is a very important class to take.
We need to keep kids here that have these types of skills. So this program at Pathways and this whole building is super important to Wyoming because we need these kids and we need these students out there in our workforce.
Up next, we have Hot Number 2, where our director decided to make a poor decision in eating a 9.6 million Scoville pure capsaicin drop on a piece of cracker.
Where's the fountain? It's literally pure pain. Yep, that's me. And as you can tell, I've messed up. Let's get into how this happened. I'm honestly so ready. Like, I don't eat as much hot stuff, but I do eat really hot stuff.
I would also advise.
I was so young and naive.
All right. So good luck.
Oh.
Did you explain that? Yeah.
So how you doing? I'm seeing some tears form, which is always fun.
What the hell is this?
Capsaicin. Hotter than any sauce you've ever had. It looks like you're doing some testing.
It hurts to breathe.
Yeah, well, it's not going to help when you do that. I think deep inhales help a lot. Quick exhales, because exhales burn.
You know those cartoons where the fire shoots out their ears?
Is that what this is?
Yeah.
And in the next 10 minutes, she'll be mostly fine. So, out of the 4 people I gave it to the first night I got it, 2 of them threw up. But that was again because they drank so much. When I did it, I didn't drink anything at all. And I took 2 drops
Oh
of
my
it.
god, your tongue is shaking.
So the guy that gave this to me, he said, if you take 2 drops, I'll give you the whole bottle. And so I did. And that was a good 10 minutes of just ouchie.
Ouchie.
And then my stomach hurt for the rest of the day and the day after, and my poops were burned. But that was 2 drops. I've only done 1.
It'll only hurt for 1 day.
Yeah.
It hurts more if I breathe and talk.
Yeah, talking is very difficult.
Next up, we have Vet Science. Have you ever loved pets?
I mean, I have a cat. She's like my pride and joy. I take care of her a lot. She's annoying though.
So is my cat.
This week for NCTV, we took a look at a different perspective on the classes we have in our county. We talked to some agriculture students at Pathways Innovation Center, and this is what they had to say.
I'm in ag because I think it's a very interesting topic. I think a lot of people should know where their food comes from, or what animals that can help us grow our food, or just how to show an animal and learn how to take care of animals.
I like to see the animals go through and all the unique things that we get to do in the class.
To learn a bit more about the qualities of showing and figure out what it takes to really take proper care of animals.
My favorite part of the class is going to be when I bring my alpacas in, let me tell you.
Probably be seeing the livestock come in, and we work on the livestock, and we do fake clinics to see what's wrong with them.
Definitely want to get to interact with animals. it's very important to me.
Well, I have a rabbit, so she's my show rabbit. I show alpacas. When FFA starts picking up, I'll be doing some more FFA teams.
Well, I actually show market goats. I've showed market goats for 4 years. I show rabbits, showed them for 3 years, and I showed cattle for 6 years.
I'm thinking about becoming a veterinarian, so yeah.
I plan on being a rancher when I get older.
I think that they should know that it's sometimes can be a fast pace or a slow pace. It really depends on the class. There's different types of ag classes, which one suits your needs. If you want to work with animals, take that class. If you want to do plants, take the plant class.
One thing I'd want them to be interested to know would be all the unique opportunities you get to do, because not everybody gets to do the things that we get to do here.
Definitely, we bring a lot of different types of animals in. I mean, animals that you wouldn't even think are in Wyoming to animals that you definitely see every day, in town or out of town.
For state, I won multiple things for state with my alpaca. I've gotten reserve champion and fourth, fifth, sixth. Really depends on how my animal does. But in nationals, me and my partner Alexis Mann, we won 9th throughout the nation for science fair.
That was probably the best experience that I ever gotten to go. It's really nice to get out of the state, see all the other FFA kids there. I believe there was over like 72,000 members there.
Oh, wow. Thank you for talking to us, and I really think that class is interesting. I love coming in here and checking out the bunnies and what other fun things you have for the day. I'm Sarah Carrico with NCTV, signing off.
All right. Up next, we've got yet another promo, but from the nursing perspective here at Pathways.
All right. I've always wanted to be a nurse, you know.
Did you?
There's the specific way on how to wash your hands, and if you don't do it right, then, oh, you're cross-contaminating. Taking vitals, taking blood pressures, doing someone's respiratory rate. Another thing we've learned is doing bedpans.
I am a registered nurse, so I came from the private sector. A CNA is a certified nursing assistant. Now what CNAs do is they provide daily cares to residents and patients within the medical profession. We help them with their activities of daily living, which includes the basic skills that everybody does when they get up, for example, brushing their teeth, getting dressed, with range of motion skills, elimination skills, all the things that people need to thrive and survive. The nursing program at Pathways is really designed to help the students receive a certificate at the end of the year. Now, this certificate will allow them to be a nursing assistant within the state of Wyoming. However, it really ultimately enables them to be eligible for the state certification, which will put that C in front of that nursing assistant label for certified.
And in here, they show you why it's so important to get a blood pressure, and why vitals are so important, why a change in vitals is important to monitor with a patient, because if they have a change in heart rate or a temperature, it could indicate an infection.
They get their CPR certification and basic life support. That takes us a week of academic class time to complete that program. Also, they'll learn things like brushing people's teeth, feeding. In fact, one of the skills that students are working on right now is the nutrition and hydration skill, because we know that in healthcare settings, oftentimes our patients are dehydrated, and that can lead to the exacerbation of a lot of medical conditions. So being able to identify those things that are the basic needs is important for them to really be successful as they enter the workplace. So the elimination skill, it's really important that those students are able to know how to deal with patients, and we want to look at our patients who perhaps have had surgeries, for example, hip surgery or back surgery, where they're not able to get out of bed and use the toilet as in a standard bathroom. So instead we have some of our equipment, like a bedpan, that will teach students how to use so that they can place the patients on those bedpans to really help the residents meet their elimination needs in a dignified manner. Within the feeding skill, we have nutrition, hydration, and elimination. So we really look at what a balanced diet is like. We look at infection control practices, and so the students learn how to feed more than one resident at a time. We do that by having a family-style meal that would kind of be set up much like it would in a facility, where you're positioned next to a couple of residents. The students are encouraged to really monitor the infection control practices so that they're not cross-contaminating as they're feeding. And so we designate one hand per patient, and if they need to switch between, it's important that they sanitize in between. CNAs are so important because right now we have a critical shortage of certified nursing assistants. So being able to have students go through our program and help fill that need is really imperative to healthcare in general.
Thank you for watching NCTV. This is Taylor Mostello.
And I'm Mason Snyder.
All right.
Signing off.